Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to tackle a subject that can, literally change your entire financial future: investing. And don't worry, we are starting at square one, the absolute beginning. So let's just jump right in. Right up front, I want you to think of this as exactly that. This is class number one in your personal course on building wealth. It doesn't matter if you're starting with 10 bucks or just a ton of questions, you are in exactly the right place to get started. So here's a quick look at our syllabus for today. We'll kick things off with what investing even is, then talk about giving your money a job, figure out why you should even bother, and then we'll get into the magic of the compounding snowball. After that, some ground rules and a peek at the journey ahead. All right, let's officially begin our first lesson. Welcome to Wealth Building 101. Before we go anywhere else, we have to nail down a super basic but crucial question. What does investing actually mean? At its core, it's actually this simple. Investing is just the act of putting your money to work so it can earn more money for you. It's all about turning your money from this, passive thing just sitting there into an active employee that's working on your behalf.
And that's honestly the best way to think about it. Every single dollar you have is a potential employee. If that dollar is sitting in a checking account, or worse, as cash, it's unemployed. But when you invest it, you're giving that dollar a job, and its one and only job is to go out into the world and bring back friends.
Okay, so sticking with that idea of giving your money a job, we really need to clear something up that trips up a lot of people. And that's the difference between saving and investing. They sound similar, but trust me, they are two completely different tools for two very different jobs. Here's the main difference. Saving is about defense. It's short-term. You're preserving your money for things you know are coming up, like a vacation or an emergency fund. It's low risk. Investing, on the other hand, is all about offense. It's a long-term game where the goal is to grow your money for huge goals like retirement. And to get that growth, you have to take on a bit more risk. So you might be thinking, okay, if investing has more risk, why bother? And that is a totally fair question. The answer? Well, it really gets to the heart of why we want to build wealth in the first place.
It really boils down to three big things. First, just to grow your wealth faster than inflation is eating it. You got to stay ahead. Second, to build passive income. That's the dream, right? Earning money while you sleep. And maybe the biggest one of all, financial freedom. Getting to a place where your money works so hard for you that you get to make the choices in your life, not your bank account.
Now, let's talk about what might be the single most powerful force in all of finance. This is the secret sauce. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. I'm talking about the compounding snowball effect. So, what is the secret to turning small, consistent amounts of money into actual, serious wealth over time? I'll give you a hint. It's not about getting lucky on some miracle stock pick. It's about understanding one simple but incredibly powerful idea.
And here it is, compounding. It's just earning returns on your previous returns. That's it. Your money earns money, and then the money it earned also starts earning money. It is literally growth on top of growth.
Let's look at how this plays out. Say you invest $100 and get a 10% return in year one. Boom, you have $110. Simple enough. But in year two, you earn 10% on the new total on $110, which gets you to $121. Then year three, you're earning 10% on that $121. Do you see it? The amount of money you earn each year is actually getting bigger. It starts small, but give it enough time and it becomes this huge, unstoppable financial snowball. All right, so we've seen the magic, right? But now it's time for a quick reality check. Investing is not some get-rich-quick scheme. There are some non-negotiable ground rules to this game, and it all starts with understanding risk and reward. Think of it like a seesaw. This is the fundamental trade-off. Things that are considered lower risk, like government bonds, they generally offer lower potential returns. Things that are higher risk, like stocks, offer the chance for much higher returns, but they also come with a greater chance of loss. You can't escape this relationship. And that brings us to what is probably the golden rule of investing. Seriously, if you take nothing else away today, remember this. Never, ever, ever invest in something you don't actually understand. Your knowledge is your single best defense against taking on dumb risks. And rule number 2 is basically the law of financial gravity. There is no free lunch.
If anyone, anywhere, ever promises you a massive return with zero risk, you need to run in the other direction. Higher potential reward is always tied to higher risk, always. So, that's the foundation we're building on. But this is just class 1, right? This is just the beginning. Let's take a quick look at the learning journey we have ahead, what the rest of your course syllabus looks like. We're just getting warmed up. We're going to build on all these basics. Then we'll dive deep into different assets like stocks and bonds. We'll pull back the curtain on how the stock market works. We'll get into managing risk. And we'll even get into some really practical advanced stuff. The whole idea is to build your confidence right alongside your knowledge. And that brings us right back to where we started. We kicked this off with the idea of your money being an employee. So I'm going to leave you with one simple question to think about. Is your money working hard enough for you, or is it still unemployed?